Welcome to my channel. My name is Jeanette Calloway. I'm an artist. I paint in oil and watercolor and I sell my work online, JeanetteCalloway.com. Okay, so today I'm going to paint an oil painting on paper. This is watercolor paper. It's a block, so this is actually some sheets, 3 or 4 sheets left on this block, and 18 by 24. And I'm going to paint oil painting on that. I'm going to paint a piece that is leans on something I did years ago, purple coneflower echinacea. I really love the composition I did on that particular painting, so I'm referencing to it by pulling up my painting on my iPad, just referencing roughly. I'm not trying to copy it or anything like that. Here's my palette. I squeezed it out. I squeezed my paint out on cardboard, and this is chartreuse green, magenta. This is magenta here. Lemon yellow. This is Indian yellow. This is absinthe green, and of course we have white. This is a burnt sienna. This is well, this is black. What is this again? This is what is it? Forgot. Just like eluded me. Oh, Lisbon crimson. This right here is a Lisbon crimson. So, of course, there's a little bit of cat orange here left from a painting before. A lot of it's dried up, but it's enough for using it, mixing it in with some other. Anyway, it's something I can use for washing and glazing and stuff. So anyway, these are the colors I'm going to use, and I'm looking forward to mixing cat yellow, lemon yellow with black. Makes a nice green. I like that kind of green, and that is what I remember using on that particular painting. This is the photo here I'm working with, and I'm going to get started. And I'm using a pelican feather, that I found on the beach in South Carolina, Sullivan Island. I picked it up and I've been using it to do some of my ink stuff. Wow, interesting. This is not going to be a precise drawing. I'm totally not trying to be precise. I'm just putting these flowers somewhere. This is not going to be pretty. And that's good enough for me. That does it for the ink. I'm going to dry this now. And I just use turpentine. Here we go. Putting in some lemon yellow, orange up here. Come out. Brush is pretty dry. I dip it a little bit in turpentine, but not too much. A little bit of the absence green mixed with a little black. Sort of like a neutral green. Goes up here. Put a little lemon yellow in there too. What I like about paper and oil painting sometimes is that it does a different job with the paint. It really absorbs it. It's actually, I find it fascinating to work with this. Looks pretty messy, doesn't it? Well, this is surely the beginning, so don't panic, folks. Don't panic. I could use some medium and see what it does, but I really don't want to. As you see, the ink kind of disappears, but it's enough left for me to see and know where the flowers go later. Mixing a little magenta into this green, makes it a brownish, dulls it a little more. Burnt sienna. So we go over this whole thing. just a quick sense of just roughing this in. It's not a very pretty thing right now, but it will be eventually. I'll be using palette knife for most of the finishing work. Some dark areas in there. I like it when flowers pop out from the bottom, sort of out of the dark. Well, let's see if we can plant some flowers in there now, some echinacea flowers. Magenta, this one crimson. Let's see if we can there. Painting should be enjoyable, so I would suggest don't worry so much and just dive right in. At least that's what I do. Because some of these flowers are bigger heads than others, and all that develops when I go when I go in there with a knife. I'll get a little bit more serious. Right now I'm just wanting to know where they are. Sort of somewhat leaning on that picture over there. And again, this painting is going to be different, but I'm leaning on this picture. You know, didn't quite get over because, you know, as an artist, I should speak for myself. I have to have freedom. Freedom in, you know, looking at this and going along with this, what I'm seeing, and I have to feel this. If this is the little flowers over there, if I try to copy something, oh, then I don't have fun anymore. And when I don't have fun, you can tell it. You can tell it. The painting speaks. Painting says she did not have fun. She tortured this paper or canvas. And so I'm looking at the picture over there, and I'm looking at my canvas, my paper. See, you can easily paint on paper. This is wonderful. Painting oil on paper is wonderful. People say, well, what's going to happen to the paper over time? I don't know. I don't think anything is going to happen. I looked at forums and people talking about this, but if your paper is acid free, and you know, if you paint on cardboard, that's not good because you have to use quality art paper, acid-free paper, and so it's fine. It's going to last just as long as a canvas, I suppose, if you treat it right. Oh, I'm going to put another one maybe over here, right on top of the dark area here. Right there. Taking a little bit of this some crimson and put it in there. A little yellow to it. Like this. I want this area up there to look like this. And this sunspot. Now I'm going to indicate some stems and branching leaves. Going dark first and then highlights later. I'm having fun with this. I hope you can see. So this is a wild field, so of course there's probably a little bit something else in there, you know. There's other flowers in there. Now I'm not going to focus on those other flowers as far as trying to make them all 100% visible, but I'm sort of pretending, you know, they're trying to be a little bit important in there. And of course we're also going to have bees. You know, we're going to have bees in there. I'm going to lay that a little bit more. Some black spots, color those up. It's not finished, but just trying to do some. Loose and happy. This is the most exciting part when you when you start going to town with this, with the palette knife. And you know, you have to remember that you need to leave some lighter areas there. And I don't always follow the rule dark first and then build up to light. When I see some lighter areas and I know exactly what I want to do, I'll put them in there. I'm not afraid that I'm going to mess this up because my style of painting is different. So I know exactly that where I put this white, I'm not going to go back there and mess with that. Not in a way where I'm going to make anything muddled up. Anything, just slightly blend, or something like blending maybe. But that's it. And in the distance there are some echinacea flowers that are not defined. They're just there. This is a whole field. Mixing up a warm dark green here. I'm going to put up here. Oh, that's gorgeous. I used black, lemon yellow, Indian yellow, and a little bit magenta, and it makes this brownish green. It's really a nice green. Put some of it down here. You can see that. More magenta, black, lemon yellow, and magenta, black, lemon yellow, and Indian. Indian yellow. Turn this around. Ah, this is going to be pretty. This is going to be pretty. I'm not too fond actually of this absinthe green. It is not really that good in this painting, so I'm going to refrain from using any more of it. It's a little bit too in your face. I mean, it's great to make a little accent, but as far as using this as a major green. I don't think so. Only if I mix it with something else. And as I said before, the name of the game here is fun. These blossoms here in the front are bigger than the ones in the back. So these a little bit more brave with. Hope you can see this here. Okay. Ah, this is going to be beautiful. Since we're using a knife, because we want to give the knife something to do. We don't want to be timid. Timid is not what we want. If we wanted to be timid, we would use a small brush and get all about detail. But we're not doing this today. Not doing this at all today. Let's be brave. Now we're going to put the little heads on, because this is where my other knife comes in handy. The little heads, oh, where'd the knife go? Oh, there it is. I'm going to use orange and right there. So I'm using cat orange, cat yellow, and Indian yellow. Cat orange, lemon yellow, and Indian yellow. And I'm not mixing it. I'm putting them on my knife, a little bit of each, and as they go on this just by themselves. And then when I'm done with putting all the heads on, then I'm going to look at what else I'm going to do, because I'm probably going to put a little dark in there, either magenta or burnt sienna. Let's see, little heads. I think the burnt sienna is good. Just putting it in on there a little bit like this. Burnt sienna is really nice when you use it with lemon yellow or with Indian yellow. Painting is fun. I enjoy painting like this. Because it just expresses, it goes with my nature. I'm a little bit adventurous. I like the thrill of, you know, going into this and not having an exact drawing. Some people, they just draw everything out and they fill in between the lines and have everything planned out, which is wonderful. It's fine. It makes for beautiful art as well. But it would not satisfy me if I did that. So I'm doing this. This is my approach. And at the end of the day, whatever you do in life, you really should enjoy it. Because if you don't enjoy it, and especially if you do it to also earn a living, and you spend a lot of time doing it, and you don't enjoy it, well, that would be a miserable life, I think. Well, I know, because I've done things in my life that I didn't enjoy, and I just did them because that's what I had to do, make a living. Not regretting anything, because everything in life leads up to something else and teaches you lessons, you learn something. So it's all fine. But now I'm at a point where I do what I want to do. And this is it. Right here, folks. I'm making flowers. I'm making flowers. Can you believe that? I'm making flowers. So here it is. I'm making flowers. So I got all the little heads on. I'll put one right there because there's a flower right behind there. I'll put a little movement in there. See some more little orange heads right there. There's one right in this one, and there's one right there. See, I missed that. Couple of flower heads here. Ta-da, ta-da, and there's one right there. I'll put a nice orange one on that one right there. Something shining through here. So far, so good. I'm going to hold this up to the camera a little bit closer. It's not finished though, remember. Oops. Plastic sheet. The lighting of course is straight from above, so it doesn't have the proper lighting. You're going to get some glare here, but I do want to give you a little bit of an idea, so I'm just doing a little bit of close-up here. So now you're seeing me put in a little bit of stem work, a little detail with a fine brush, and mostly stem work and little branches. Now this is a wild field with a wild echinacea, purple coneflower. So there's other plants intermingling, and I'm kind of indicating them. I'm not going really by a reference, other than what I know a field looks like, having been in fields and observed them and seen all the different types of leaves that different types of weeds and flowers have. So I'm just indicating and using a palette knife now, kind of creating a little extra texture, interest. And at the same time, of course, I'm trying to not overdo it. That is also part of the secret, is to not overdo it. I think after these little touches here, I'm pretty much done with this piece. I think it turned out really nice. Yeah, that's it. I don't want to overwork it. I mean, really, that's one of the things, you know, if you keep looking at it, you keep seeing things, but then you start overworking it, and then you'll be sorry. It happened to me before. And that's a hard lesson to learn, to know when to stop. And that is it. I mean, it's a very pretty painting, and it has a certain je ne sais quoi. And if I do anything more, it's going to have a certain look not right. Signature goes in here. I initial my art on the front, GC, and I sign on the back. And sometimes I scrape it in there, and then sometimes I use a little bit of another color and go in over it. That. I'm not interested if my signature is catching somebody's eye right away, because I actually find that very distracting when signatures are too prominent. I wanted people to be able to see, is there a signature, then find the signature, and then hopefully identify the signature. Of course, I'm sure there's a lot of other people that sign GC, but this is my style. GC is my initials, and on the back it will have my full name, the name of the painting, and more identifiers. So, GC on the front, and right now you can see it, but it's not as if you look at the painting and that's all you see is the signature. Well, I'm going to take a good photo of it. I'll give it a few days to dry before I start maneuvering it around. Take a photo and then we'll put it up. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Now remember, my original art is available at JeanetteCallaway.com. That's Jeanette with a G, JeanetteCallaway.com. I'm looking forward to posting my next video, and I hope to see you back. Subscribe to my channel or to my newsletter. Bye bye!